What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Think Fresno. In this video, we are not out touring homes today, but instead we are touring Fresno, and I'm going to tell you the 5 reasons why people constantly choose to move here to the Central Valley and why it might just be the perfect place to raise a family. So in this video, we're going to talk about affordability, we're going to talk about the location, we're going to talk about things to do on a statewide scale as well as a local scale, and much more, so stick around till the end and let's dive in. All right, so the first reason people move here from out of the area, whether it's out of the city, you know, from somewhere else in the state like San Francisco or Los Angeles, or even from out of state, is because of the affordability, the cost of living, and what you get for the money, as well as the quality of life that comes along with that. So the easiest way for me to explain to you what that looks like is to lead by example. So let me show you an example. I'm going to pull up a condo from San Francisco, kind of just an average random place that I found on Zillow. And then I'm going to pull up a comparable place sort of in the Fresno area. We're going to compare the price and the HOA, and we're going to see what is more affordable. You know, obviously we already know that Fresno is more affordable, but let me show you how much more affordable that it actually is. It is pretty insane when you do the side-by-side comparison. So San Francisco, this is $1,395,000. It is a 2-bed, 2-bath, 1,359 square feet. It is not huge. For San Francisco, it's pretty good size. For other parts of the state, it's actually pretty small. It's clean looking, there's nothing wrong with it, but it's certainly nothing luxurious or fancy. It's just an average run-of-the-mill place, in my personal opinion. And by the way, that's just an opinion. You're entitled to your own. But I just wanted to show you a few of these pictures to kind of give you an idea. It looks like it's been renovated. It's got some nice detail in the floor, which you're not going to find here. It's got character, all the trim around the windows. So I will give it that. It's got a lot more character than places that you see here. But in terms of price and square footage and the cost, let me show you what something in Fresno costs. This is a 2-bed, 3-bath. So if you buy the one in Fresno, they're throwing in an extra bathroom for you. And it is 1 square foot smaller. I think we can settle for 1 square foot smaller. And it's over $1 million cheaper. You heard me correctly, my friends. $1 million cheaper. That is insane. Let me flip through a couple of these pictures and show you. It's not bad. Again, this is also not luxury living, but who said we got to live in luxury? This is a nice condo. It's been remodeled. It's clean. It's got a fireplace. I mean, it's move-in ready. It's turnkey. So for over $1 million difference, I think I can deal with this one. It's not bad. So comparing the costs side by side, we're at $1,395,000 on the left, San Francisco, and we're at $335,000 on the right, and that is in Fresno. Now, not only is it in Fresno, it is in a very good zip code in Fresno. That is Clovis Unified Schools. We're very close to Lincoln Elementary, Clovis West High School, Kasner Intermediate. It is an awesome place. The monthly HOA is $400 a month. I know here in the Central Valley, Fresno area, HOAs on condominiums or townhouses kind of like these that we're looking at. In Fresno, they typically include water and trash. They include an exterior insurance policy. There's probably security that patrols amongst a few other possible amenities. San Francisco, I really can't speak completely confidently on what their HOA includes because I don't live there. I'm not sure, but it is $845 a month. So it is double. I did expect it to be higher, but double is quite high, $845 a month. And the biggest thing is this estimated mortgage payment right here. This is just a Zillow estimate, right? $9,913 a month. Once you tack on the HOA and probably insurance, you're going to be probably over $11,000 a month on this one up here. And that's probably with a couple $100,000 down if I had to guess. The one on the right, you're at $2,588 a month. With the HOA, you're probably at about $3,000 a month out the door. So I don't know, it's crazy. You know, according to Gemini, what we found was that living in Fresno, the average house, single family home, is about $400 to $450, depending on if you're in Clovis or not. And up in the Bay, it's $1.2 million to $1.4 million all day long for just a random normal type of place. So if you take it a step further, actually, and say, well, let's say your budget is $1.4 million, right? Let's say your budget's $1,400,000, and you don't want to spend 11 grand a month for a 2-bedroom, under 1,400 square foot condominium. Let's say that you're willing to spend $1.4 million, but you want something a little nicer. You're more worried about quality of life, right? Let's say affordability is not the issue; it's quality of life. So let me go up here to North Fresno, out by Copper River, Fort Washington Country Club. These places have some awesome homes, and let me just show you. I'm going to randomly select one here, so I hope it's a good one. Let's see. How about, let's click this one. Okay. All right. This is actually a new construction home here in Fresno, brand new. So if you are interested, reach out to me. I can get you the details on this. This is 46 square feet. So almost 4,500 square feet, 6-bed, 4-bath. It's a little more than the condominium up in the Bay, but I mean, look at how beautiful this house is. It's massive. It's huge. It's on a golf course. It's in a prime location. It's Clovis North. It's everything that most people want in a home here in Fresno area. So that is the biggest reason why, in my opinion, people are moving to the Fresno area, is the affordability and the cost of living, both alike. All right, the second thing that people like about living in the Central Valley, Fresno, or Clovis, California, and the reason people are moving here is because the location. The location is outstanding. It's fantastic. And the reason why is because you can be to many different areas within the state within a couple of hours. We're kind of right in the heart of California. I know you've heard of San Francisco up north and you've heard of Los Angeles down south. Well, Fresno is kind of the biggest city between those two, right in the middle of California, between those two big cities. Let me go to the map and show you where we're at and why people love it. So here's Earth. Hello. Fresno's over here in California, which is on the west coast of America. All right, so we're going to zoom this thing in and get a little closer. All right, so first off, let me talk a second, like 4 seconds on the Bay Area. So San Francisco, San Jose is like the big tech area. San Francisco's up north, that's Bay Area. Oakland, all of that is going on up in Northern California, which is Bay Area. Down south, we've got Disneyland. I know you've heard of that before, right there in Anaheim. It's a lot of fun. If you've never been, I know you've heard of it. You should go. Los Angeles is like the big hub in Southern California. We've got Long Beach. We've got a lot of coastal cities, Huntington Beach, Newport. Those are excellent, beautiful areas. We've got Santa Monica Pier. We've got San Diego. A lot of high-end stuff in Beverly Hills and Hollywood, which is big film town. A lot of car dealerships down here. A lot of good deals if you want to make the drive. So that's down south in California, and we are right here, this little dark spot right in the center of the screen called Fresno. All right. Now, if you do need to go to San Francisco, you can be there in 3.5 hours or so, depending on the time of day and traffic. And Los Angeles, I'm going to give it 3.5 to 4 hours again, depending on traffic and the time of day, and even the time of year. You know, if you're traveling during the holidays or something, it doesn't matter what time you're traveling; it's busy usually. But Fresno is a spot right in between those that is affordable, like we talked about, and it's a great spot. And here's another reason why. So from here, let's say you're in Fresno and it's hot. You know, we have hot summers like 100, 105, sometimes 110 degrees. And we have mild winters. The weather here is kind of mild, I would say, overall. It gets warm in the summertime. It's like 100 degrees, 105, kind of like a desert, you know? Wintertime, it gets like into the 30s, 40s. I mean, it's never like crazy cold or anything. It doesn't snow here hardly ever. It might have I think it has snowed here a couple times, but nothing like, you're not going to be shoveling snow. Let me just put it that way. You will never shovel snow. Now, if you decide it's too hot in July and you want to have a coast day, you know, or a little vacation, whatever, go for the weekend, you can leave Fresno and you can travel over here to Monterey. Fantastic place. And it's not that far. I mean, it is, here, I'll tell you exactly. If you were to go right now from Fresno to Monterey, All right, it's 2 hours and 32 minutes. I mean, there's many different routes apparently to get there. I always take the 99 north to 152 across to the 101 and down. There's a couple of different ways to go, but the way I just mentioned, 2 hours and 32 minutes if you left right there, right now. So if you left right now, yeah, 2.5 hours. And I'm making this video at 7:21. So in a higher traffic time of day, you're looking at maybe 2 hours and 45 minutes. Just figure 3 hours. You might stop in Los Banos, which is kind of a halfway point, grab something to drink, and then hit the road some more. So 3 hours to be there is not bad. You get up, leave your house at 7. You can be to the coast by 10 a.m. You can hang out there all day, go to a nice dinner, and then you can let your kids play at the beach, and then you can leave there, 7 o'clock after sunset, be home by 10 o'clock, go to bed. Not a big deal. My wife and I used to do it all the time. We would always go to the coast, just day trips. It was a lot of fun. So now with Sophie, she is our 10.5-month-old beautiful baby girl. It's a little harder to go for the day. We just feel bad having her in the car seat all that time. But I think she's getting big enough now, we might be able to do that. But we're in close proximity to a lot of things, all right? So that's just one coast, all right? That's just one coast, Monterey Bay right here. They have a beautiful aquarium, a wharf, lots of great restaurants. But back to Fresno, don't get away from us. Another thing with this location is if you're a hiker, all right, you like challenges, right? You enjoy a good challenge. Well, guess what? You can be to the gates of Yosemite in 1 hour from here, okay? 1 hour, you can be to the gates. An hour and a half probably to get to the Valley of Yosemite. That's about 4,000 feet in elevation, I believe. It does get warm there in the summertime. It can be in the mid-80s during the day in summertime. If you go up to Glacier Point, that's like 8,200 feet in elevation. You can do a lot of hiking, lots of trails, all sorts of stuff to do in Yosemite. And one really cool thing about Fresno is that we have 3 major national parks within like an hour to an hour and a half from here. So here's Fresno. Yosemite is right there. All right, it's right up here. It's known for the waterfalls. I mean, it's a beautiful, beautiful place. I've camped up there. I have done day trips up there. I used to be a professional wedding photographer. I've done weddings up there. I've done engagement photos. It's beautiful. So it does get busy in the summertime, but you can get the annual pass and go as often as you want because it's close enough to do that. And then we've got a couple of other national parks. We've got Sequoia. And here, let me show you actually here. So we've got Sequoia. Let's see how far Sequoia is from Fresno. Let's see, I'm just curious. I want to give you good information here. That's why you're watching this video, because you like the information. All right, Sequoia is an hour and a half, hour and 20. That is not bad either. You could easily do that in a day. Go up to Sequoia. And then we've also got Kings Canyon over there as well, which is also another relatively easy day trip. They've got the big trees up there. That's kind of what they're known for, the gigantic trees. I know you've seen them before, like giant trees. I remember as a kid going up there, and they explained that one of these giant trees that was, I guess, cut down or fallen or something, they used it as a big dance floor. Like, that's how big it was. Massive, massive, hundreds of years old. So that's a really cool thing. So there's like that picture where the car drives through the tree. All that is up there. So you should check that out. It's fantastic. All right, so we're really lucky to have 3 parks right here. So we've got coasts 2.5 hours away. We've got national parks. I'm not talking state parks. I'm talking national parks, my friends. Now, we do have some state parks as well, some state lakes that are managed by the state. So if you like to go boating, we're going to talk about things to do, actually. So I will hold off on that because that's our next topic. But I just want to finish location really quick. I'm going to talk about the freeways, and then we're going to move on. So Highway 99, there's 4 major freeways. There's Highway 99, which is a north to south. All right, that turns into I-5 southbound at the Grapevine heading to Los Angeles. All right, that is this diagonal one going from the upper left to the lower right of the screen. This one going top to bottom, north to south, is Highway 41. You can hop on 41. You can be to Yosemite in an hour if you just stay on that and don't turn off. All right, whatever you do, don't turn off. Don't turn off. I'm just kidding. Anyways, and then we've got Highway 168, which is one that takes you up into the foothills. All right, it's this one over here on the right-hand side, going through Clovis. It takes you out here into the foothills through Prather, Auberry, and then you wind up at Shaver Lake, and that will take you to Huntington and Dead Ends. There's 2 lakes up there that you can go fishing, water skiing, all of that. There's a ski resort called China Peak. That's a really cool place. It used to be called Sierra Summit, like way back in the day. Now it's called China Peak, and it has been for years. It's a resort, though. You can get married there if you want. It's really cool. And then the fourth freeway is Highway 180, which will take you to the national parks. The other ones that I talked about, Kings Canyon and Sequoia, you just stay on Highway 180 eastbound, and then eventually you'll get to where you want to go. Just follow your map and you'll get there, or call me and I'll tell you how to get there too. But you would be taking Highway 180 in that case. So, and then the nice thing too is that we have it at Fresno Yosemite International Airport right there in the city. So people fly in here from all over the country to travel to these national parks because they're national parks, and some people love going to national parks. So people travel there, they hop in a rental car, and they just go for a drive because it's so close. So this is like the main hub to visit those national parks. And if you want to fly to Mexico, you want to fly to New York, you can do that right out of Fresno. It's convenient having that close by. So anyways, let me get to number 3 right now. All right, so the third topic of the video today is about things to do in Fresno County. So moving here from out of the area, a lot of people don't know what there is to do here necessarily. They know maybe a couple things, but they're not really sure. So I wanted to go over just kind of a list of some of the top attractions there are here in the area of things to do locally. So the first thing is, I would say, the Fresno Grizzlies. You know, that's a AAA baseball team. They are the feeder team for the San Francisco Giants. It's like going to a mini Giants game, basically. The baseball stadium is downtown Fresno. It's right in the heart of downtown where all the buildings are, the old buildings. So it really kind of fits the area where the stadium is at. It's pretty cool, super nicely manicured, like any baseball stadium at that tier is. I remember going there as a kid. They've got all the vendors, the food, you know, it's a lot of fun. So that's cool. Fresno Grizzlies, they have an awesome fireworks show on 4th of July. In fact, I know they used to do fireworks on every Friday night in the summer months, and I think on 4th of July they do, I know on 4th of July they do a much more extravagant show, so that's pretty cool. Also, kind of in the downtown area is Fresno Chaffee Zoo. Very, very cool place. In fact, just a couple days ago, I think last Saturday, my wife and I took my daughter there for her very first time. She's 10 and a half months. We thought Sophie would enjoy seeing the animals. Now, to be honest, I don't even know if she knows what was going on, but I think she enjoyed herself. I could tell. So it's really cool, though. It's come a long ways since I was a kid. They now have a whole safari African section of the zoo. They've got lions. They've got cheetahs, they've got a couple rhinos. It's really cool. There's 2 lion cubs that you can see. It's really, really awesome. Of course, they've got your elephants, your giraffes, all of that stuff. And it really feels like you're at a very high-end theme park, you know? So it's a really enjoyable thing. In fact, we bought the annual pass. I think it was like $140 or something for my family. We could go anytime we want for 12 months. And you get discounts in the park. Like, it's really cool, you know, when you have nothing else to do, go to the zoo for a few hours, walk around, get your steps in, and just get out of the house, you know. So that's an awesome thing. It's really cool. Let me see, I've got my list here. I want to make sure I don't miss anything. Save Mart Center, that's a big one. All right, Save Mart Center is over by Fresno State University, which we're going to talk about in a second. Save Mart Center is the home of the Fresno State basketball team. All right. However, they do all sorts of concerts, like I think Garth Brooks actually went there, Elton John, Tim McGraw, Louis Miguel. There's all different comedians. I think George Lopez has been there, Van Halen, a lot of big names. Over the years, it's evolved. You know, they do Monster Jam every single year. It seems like in March, like clockwork, they're doing Monster Jam there. If you like loud trucks that flip over and make lots of noise, that's pretty fun. So that's a cool thing. It's awesome that we have Save Mart Center. And again, that is right next to CSUF, California State University, Fresno. I believe Fresno State's actually a D1 college. And they've got a good baseball team and basketball team. They've got softball. They've got the pool complexes there. They've got an excellent ag program. I think they're known for the ag. There's lots of farmland around the university. And they also have a very good business program, Craig School of Business, so that's really cool. There's a lot of student housing on campus, and then right across Chestnut, walking distance from the campus, there is the Maya Cinema area. It's basically a little mini kind of strip shopping area where there's a really nice movie theater with refillable popcorn, which is an awesome invention on somebody's part. And there's student housing over there as well, right by Highway 168. There's a Starbucks there. There's some restaurants there. There's like a brewery, Mad Duck Brewery. It's a really good place. They've got really good food. And then they've got some events out there as well. They do like a cars and coffee thing once in a while, I believe. And there's a teppanyaki place. So Maya is an awesome place right next to Fresno State to eat and get out of your dorm if you are doing student housing, hanging out there. Right across the street's Doghouse Grill. Right across Shaw, they've got some of the best tri-tip sandwiches in town. Now, if you're not ready for the university life, we also have a whole district of junior colleges. It's SCCCD, State Center Community College District. Yes, I got that right. There's Clovis Community. There's Madera Community. Fresno City College, though, is a really, really neat place. I also attended that school, actually both of those, Clovis Community and Fresno City before Fresno State. And it feels like you're walking into like a little mini UC because it's got like the history of some of the UC campuses that have been around forever. All the brickwork. There's a really neat old administration building and an awesome, awesome library actually at Fresno State and Fresno City, but I am talking about Fresno City. All the large, huge, mature trees. It's a cool, very nostalgic kind of campus that even though I was doing my undergrad there, it was really cool being there. I don't know, just a neat atmosphere, Fresno City. That is in South Fresno, all right, down off of Highway 41 and McKinley. All right, so if you are attending Fresno City College and you've got some late classes and you want to get out and do something fun down there, then we've got Tower Theater. All right, that's right in the Tower District. It's just a couple minutes from Fresno City, maybe like 2 minutes south of there on Olive. We've got Tower Theater. They do shows there, all different stuff. Roger Rocca's, which is like a dinner and a show type of place. And then, of course, you've got your nightlife clubs. My sister-in-law would know all about that, and my sister, actually. They both like to go out and do the club thing. So I've got resources to get you more information on that scene. But it's a lot of fun. There's things out there for everybody. That is one point that I am making, I think, in the video with especially this topic. Let me see what else I had on my list here. Oh, Woodward Park. Woodward Park is a huge, huge one. All right. Woodward Park is on the opposite end of town. It is in North Fresno. All right. Off of Highway 41 as well. So Woodward Park is a large regional park. They have a partitioned dog park out there, so you can take your fur babies out there, let them run free, roam around, get the energy out. Especially if it's a puppy. I've got 2 huskies. You probably heard me talk about Luna and Yeti. They love going to the dog park out there and seeing their furry friends. There's walking trails. You can go on a big lap and walk around the park. That's a lot of fun to do. There's events out there all the time. There's marathons that take place from Woodward Park. They begin there. Some of the schools do their cross-country matches out there. It seems like every Saturday there's someone's birthday happening at one of the day use areas. There are several day use areas. It's typically first come, first serve. People have their weddings out there. There's a disc golf course. My brother's a big disc golfer. He likes to fling the frisbee. And so they've got baskets out there for that. They've got BMX and mountain biking jumps, dirt jumps for you folks that enjoy doing that. So there's a lot out there. There's a really nice Japanese garden. I think it's the Friendship Garden now. I'm not sure exactly what they call it now, but it is beautiful in there. So Lots of stuff going on in that Woodward Park area. Some people refer to that whole part of town as the Woodward Park area. It's a very active area, though. If you're an active person who likes to be active and ride bikes and jog and walk and all of that stuff, then I think you would enjoy that area. Let me see. Oh, blackbeards. I almost forgot to mention blackbeards. This is kind of a thing from the past, like the mini golf. It's really fun, though. I mean, my wife and I still go once in a while. We haven't been like in a year, but it's mini golf. They've got 3 courses. You can go out there, pay a few bucks, and then you can play around a mini golf. It's like, who doesn't want to do that once in a while? It's fun to get out, have a little competition, and play miniature golf and have some fun. If you get the hole-in-one on the last hole, you get a free icy. I mean, what more could anybody ask for on a Saturday night for fun? So there is an arcade there. There's water slides that I believe are only open in the summer months, which obviously makes sense. But the mini golf thing happens all the time. We do have two other water parks here. We have Wild Water Adventures, and we have the Island Water Park on other opposite ends of town we can talk about more. If you're playing mini golf and you feel like you've got the IC, you won and all of that, and you're ready for the big leagues, we've got like 6 or 7 big boy golf courses around town, including Copper River Country Club, Fort Washington, Sunnyside. We've got Airways, we've got Hing Schwangs, which is a par 3 course, Valley Golf Center, another par 3 course, Dragonfly, San Joaquin. There's a golf course for everybody. All right. Now, as long as I can drive the golf cart, I'm happy. But there is a golf course like in every part of town, it seems like. So if you do like to swing the club and you're kind of not into the mini golf scene, then maybe we hit up one of these other country clubs and you can get a membership there and go out there and golf. It's a lot of fun. So, big golf scene here. River Park shopping, huge. River Park is kind of in the Woodward Park area, maybe 3 minutes from there. It's in North Fresno as well, right off of Highway 41 also. It is the biggest hub in town for shopping, dining, entertainment, probably all of that. So River Park is a really cool place. It's got your Macy's, it's got your Tilly's, your Best Buy, Target, countless furniture stores. It's got one of the nicest movie theaters in town. It used to be called Edwards by Regal. Now I think they've switched it to just Regal Cinemas. I think there's 21 theaters, I believe, and they have a 4DX experience. So my wife and I watched the new Top Gun a few years back when it was in theaters. We did the 4DX experience, and the chairs like shift as he's flying the plane, and they rock like when he's going over some turbulence in the air, and you smell the scents. Like, it's really cool. So I believe they serve alcohol at these movie theaters now. So if you want to get a beer and, eat some popcorn and watch a good movie, you can do that at River Park. They've got a farmer's market out there every Tuesday from 5 to 9 p.m. You can go out there, get fresh fruits and vegetables. They've got the food trucks out there. There's a lot that goes on at River Park. So it's not just a shopping place. It's a place just to get out, get some fresh air, and have some fun. So, and now I know I already talked about some local lakes. We can get to the coast in a couple of hours like we talked about. We already talked about the national parks, but I just want to not create the idea, but I want to I want you to realize how much there is to do here, just, I guess, to put it basically. So it's not like we're in just some little boring farm town that many people think Fresno is. We're in a town that is growing quickly. There's many homes being built all over the place, and there's lots to do for everybody in all different parts of town. There's an art hop downtown. There's many breweries to sell craft beer. There's wineries all throughout Madera with wine tasting options. There's really, truly something for everybody here. And there's even a really cool airport called Sierra Sky Park over off of Herndon in West Fresno. You can get a pilot's license, buy a house with a hangar, and fly your own airplane out of Fresno. So, if that doesn't attract some people, then I don't know what will, because that's really awesome. So anyways, let's move in to number 4. Number 4 is schools. So people may or may not move here specifically for the schools, but while making a decision to move to the Fresno County area, Central Valley, of California, you want to know if the school districts are good for your children, right? So I thought I would touch on that really quick because it's quite important, and I think many would be very proud of the rankings of the Clovis Unified School System. So let me go back to the map here really quick. I want to show you. So this is Clovis North, all right? This is, of course, in North Fresno. Now, something that you may not know if you're looking to move here from out of the area is that we've got four main school districts here in the area. So we've got Clovis Unified, Fresno Unified, we've got Sanger Unified, and Central Unified. So there's four districts right here in the area. The highest ranked one, according to niche.com, is Clovis Unified School District. I actually went to a Clovis Unified high school, middle school, all of that. I had a very good experience, so I don't have much to compare it to personally, but I had a great experience there and felt that it was a good education, I guess. But what I will say is that something you may not know is that a lot of the Clovis Unified schools, some of the highest ranked high schools, are actually in Fresno zip codes. So 93720 is where Clovis West is at. 93730 is where Clovis North is at. Many of them are in Fresno. So don't think that you have to move to Clovis, California to have your children attending Clovis Unified School Districts. That is not the case. So there are parts of Clovis that are actually Fresno Unified. So it's a little confusing. So the last thing that you want to do is move here to the wrong spot for the wrong school and not have your kids going to the right place. So reach out to us and let us help you make sure you move into the right neighborhood with the right schools, and we'll help you make sure it's a smooth transition. Let me go to the map really quick. I want to show you Clovis North High School. So this is the newest high school in the Clovis Unified School District. It is in North Fresno. Let's see, here we are. All right, so let me zoom out real quick. So it's kind of taking a second to load, so bear with me, please. All right, so Clovis is over here on the east side of Fresno County. You can see it over here on the right. It says Clovis right there. So Clovis North is up this way. All right, it's kind of out here near Copper River Country Club that we've touched on earlier. It is in North Fresno 93730. Okay, so it's right out off of Willow Avenue and Copper area. They are ranked highly with academics and athletics. This is the campus right here. So we've got lots of baseball fields. It looks like they've gone crazy on solar panels, haven't they? That's probably saving somebody some money, which is a good thing, I guess. Let's see. Yeah, so a lot of the school is indoor. You can see the buildings. A lot of it's indoor. It's interesting how schools evolve over time. They've got a couple of very nice gymnasiums. I mean, it feels like a college campus, to be honest, when you're walking around, but it's a high school. They've got Olympic-sized pools over here. Now, the boundaries do change for these schools from time to time, so let us know, because if they're changing or we're anticipating an upcoming change, I want to make sure you know that before you pull the trigger on a property. So Clovis North is in North Fresno, and then Clovis West is where I went to high school. It is not far from there. It's a similar campus. It was built in the 70s, so it's not as new as that one, but it's right here. So this is Clovis West High School. They've got a nice track there. They've got a very nice, it looks kind of dead here, but it's actually a really nice baseball field. And they've got two gyms, the East Gym and the West Gym, and they've got tennis courts. I mean, it's a big campus. Across the street from that is an elementary school, Fort Washington, part of the Clovis Unified District. There's a soccer field, and then Keith Tice Park, which is a very small, local park, it's not a regional park. It's just kind of a local little park you can go to, hang out there. I remember walking to school as a kid. I lived up this way at that time. And it's a very safe area. I never felt unsafe walking to school or riding my bike or anything like that. So I just wanted to touch on that. So I think Clovis Unified is ranked I think they're number 4 out of 410 districts for athletics in California, which is very high. That's basically top 1%. So that's something great to know about Clovis Unified. Academically, I believe they are ranked 64th out of 490 districts in the state academically, And they have a graduation rate right around 96%. I think it's 95.9% according to niche.com. Which is higher than the state average. So those are all positive things. And here in the area, besides the public school system, we do have private schools. There's Catholic school, Catholic high school, San Joaquin Memorial. We have the university that we talked about earlier, which is CSU, Fresno California State University, Fresno. Fresno State is a great campus. If you're looking to get into ag, you can see as this thing loads. Sorry about that, guys. You can see all the farmland and everything else out this way as we approach the Fresno State campus. All right, we already talked about Save Mart Center, which is the event center. That is this big white building right there. And next to that is the university. I actually attended this campus as well. I think I said that already. So this is a nice place, though. They've got a very, very nice library there. It's a really good library. They've got lots of student housing. I know we've touched on a lot of that already, but just want to make sure that you're getting all this information here. So this is the library here, this cool building with this round thing. So anyways, and then like I said, we have, as far as schools go, we also have the junior college level. We've got many campuses at the junior college level that are feeder schools into whatever university that you want to transfer to. So that's what I did. I went to Fresno City, transferred to Fresno State after having graduated from Clovis West High School. So that's all good stuff for you. The fifth topic we are talking about today is opportunity and what's available for you if you move here in the job world, all of that stuff. So first off, I've started 2 businesses before getting into real estate, which I've been in now for years. And I love what I do, and I think that's very important to love what you're doing to be successful at it. But I have started 2 businesses from scratch, basically from nothing, before this. And I think it's interesting because, some people feel that there's not opportunity or there's, the world's not working out in their favor. But I think that you can do anything you want to do if you put the hard work in. And as long as you're enjoying what you're doing, you can be successful at it, I believe. So with that, I think with all the academics that we've talked about, all the highly ranked, school districts and colleges and university higher educational opportunities, there's a lot of resources here in the Valley, Fresno, California, and Clovis to prepare you for the real world, prepare you, your kids, whatever stage of life you're in while you're watching this video. There's something that will help you prepare for the next chapter in your life. So we have a lot of hospitals. There's 5 or 6 major hospitals here that we actually did not talk about earlier, and I wanted to share with you that really quickly. So we've got a very nice Clovis Community Hospital. That is where my daughter was born. She was in the NICU for 13 days. We had an awesome experience there. Nothing bad to say at all. We have Fresno Community, which is downtown Fresno. We have a very good Valley Children's Hospital here, which is out just north of Fresno at the border of Madera and Fresno. Highly ranked hospital. In fact, the hospital where my daughter was born, they said that, she was not in that. She just came five weeks early, so she was fine. She was healthy, but they said had it been something more severe, they would have sent her to Valley Children's. So they are always flying patients in. I can see the helicopters as I'm driving around, sometimes landing and whatnot. So, and then we've got St. Agnes and Kaiser. St. Agnes is a private hospital. Then you've got the whole Kaiser system close by. In fact, let me show you where those are at really quick. And then you've got the Fresno Heart Hospital, which is part of the community hospital system. So there's a lot of healthcare available to people that live here in general. And if you're looking for employment opportunities in the healthcare fields, I mean, there's a lot of it here. There's a lot of hospitals here. So that is something that I think is very important. Sorry guys about this map. It's loading kind of funky today. Now, if you guys want to come here for a day or a weekend and spend some time together, I'll drive you around. We can ride together. You can follow me. I'll give you the tour of the land, the lay of the land, they call it. All right. And I will show you where to move, where not to move, because you want to make sure you move into the right area. You don't want to be driving 20, 30 minutes for work every day if you can help it. And that depends on where you get hired. We have a VA hospital too, with lots of resources for our veterans. So that's really nice as well. So it's just great. And VA loans, by the way, if you are a VA, thank you very much for your service. VA loans are awesome. So if you have the opportunity to benefit from that, totally do it, and I can help you with it. Let me see here. Where are we? So we're back in Fresno. I feel like we just got in from out of town, huh? All right. So there's Kaiser Park. This is the whole... All right. Now that it's loading, I can see where we're at. All right. This is the whole... St. Agnes area. Let me see if I can spin this around and give you a better view. This is an awesome hospital right here, St. Agnes. It's fantastic. It's up off of Herndon, kind of in the North Fresno. It's kind of central to North Fresno. Clovis community is more east, out in Clovis, of course. And then we've got Kaiser Permanente, which is right up here. Tons of doctor's offices and everything else up this way. So we've got Kaiser close by. And then we've got, like I said, the Fresno Hospital down south, Fresno, and then the Heart Hospital and many other things as far as clinics go and all that. But I think it's important to know that if you're looking for opportunity, you can start a business, you can work in healthcare. There's a lot of opportunity in healthcare. There's ag. Ag is huge here. Lots of farmers, lots of farming going on. In fact, I don't know if you knew this, but Fresno is the raisin capital of the world. And the Sun-Maid headquarters are in Kingsburg, which is like a 30-minute drive south of here. And then they have an office up here at Palm Herndon. You can see the big sign on the building out there. So that's kind of cool that such a big, well-known company's headquarters are close by here. There's a lot of small business here too. People from out of the area say, Casey, what kind of business opportunities are there? What kind of employment opportunities are there? There's a lot of small business here, a ton of small business. So there's really something for everybody. And then with all the school districts, I mentioned we have 4 public school systems. You can get into education. I mean, the possibilities are endless here. So I think it's a great place. So with all of that, I hope that you enjoyed this video. We look forward to connecting soon. Reach out to me if you are thinking of relocating here. Please like, subscribe, and share this channel with a friend. And we'll see you soon on the next video.